Welcome to the instructional video for the Swift Bolero 612. So walking around the outside, we've got mains plug-in point, external locker area will give you access to the underfloor storage, and the leisure batteries are located just underneath that black panel. Two winding handles, the long one is for the awning and the smaller one is for the freshwater and the wastewater drains. We have your charger just there, and access into this area is from both inside and outside. Behind that we have your Truma vent on the air on the outside. This is to ventilate and flue out of the heating system. Toilet cassette is located just behind here. We press the two buttons in, lift up the little orange handle, pull it out, twist the end cap, turn off this grey little collar, and pressing the orange button at the bottom, you'll turn it upside down and empty the unit. Swill it out and clean it. It does have a handle and it does have wheels. Slide it back in and make sure it clips into this little notch there. We'll lock with the one key that comes with the vehicle, and you've got a spare set. Underneath, clearly marked on the outside, is your wastewater drain point and your freshwater drain point. And using that tool, it will show it just like this. So the bar is placed on there and twists up or down the valve for emptying the wastewater and the freshwater, and then you just turn the little tap on the end of the pipe, which allows you to drain the water systems. That simply just lives somewhere safe in the vehicle. Around the back of the vehicle we've got a twin reversing camera system, and we've got a 2 bike rack fuel system. Simply pulls down, the arms go onto each of the stems of the bikes, the wheels clip through, the bracket's just on there, and then that allows you to carry 2 bikes. Round onto the passenger side, we have got your filler point for filling up the fresh water tank, so make sure the drain's closed on the other side. Put the key in, take away the blue cap, and that allows you to fill up with the fresh water. It has a 12-volt socket at the side here if you want to put a separate carrier on the floor and then allow it to pump water from the carrier into the fresh water tank. The side of that we have got your barbecue point, and then next to that we have got your gas locker area. So it lifts up, and that will take 2 gas bottles just in there. Forward of that we've got the diesel point. Use the main Fiat key to get into there, and just to the side here we have your bonnet release catch. The batteries on all the Fiats are located underneath there in that area should you want to find them, and we have got glove box there and a glove box on the top which is cooled just located in there. The cab lifts up and locks in place just like that, and you use the yellow lever to release the bonnet from the position it's at. Down here we have got your positive point for jumping the vehicle, and just there we have got your negative point. Oil, dipstick and screen wash just located just there. Back onto this side we've got your awning, and your awning pole goes into this end up here. I'll show you when you come to collect it how to operate the awning, and the door has got a opening handle just there with a bin and a blind just there, and also a fly screen mechanism. Moving inside the vehicle, underneath the wardrobe area you have the little yellow lever there. Now when it's in the vertical position like that, it is in the horizontal position, it is allowing your boiler to fill up with water. When you want to empty it, you simply need to lift that up just like that, and you will hear the noise and it will empty the boiler. Make sure that you do this every time you're not using the vehicle, and it will just stop the contaminants building up in the boiler. The boiler, for your information, is located underneath this seat. So here, and this is your boiler reservoir for the glycol. You've got to let the system run for about 40 or 50 minutes, and then that should run between the maximum and the minimum levels. Always try using it up to full pressure before you're seeing that that system runs in the minimum maximum. Access panel to the boiler, you'll not really need to go into there, and just on this side here we have the master controls. So you'll see just on the top here we have a main shutdown button. We also have a charger button and a heating and hot water button just on here. Now you must have that switched on for the heating and the hot water to work. If you don't want the heating and hot water on, then you can turn it off, but you need it on certainly when there's water in the vehicle and you're warming up the vehicle. You'll need that little button there. Next to it is an Rcd breaker. So if you plugged into mains, you click that, that should flick just as I've shown you there, and then allow the lights to come back in. That's a good test to make sure that you're getting power to the vehicle. And then to the side of that, you've got your bank of fuses. So that's where all the fuses are located, just at the side. So that is your master control panel power unit. That's located just underneath that bench seat there. Everything I've explained to you is just inside the blue pack there. And also in the wardrobe area we have a status aerial, so that is the booster box. There is a little switch at the top to turn it on, and also turn the unit on. It must be on, showing a light for your TV to work. And we've got a little collar up here that just twists, and then will allow you to push the pole up and pull it back down when you're travelling away to get a better signal. We've also got a freestanding table, so do make sure that that little turnbuckle is in place to stop it moving when you're driving away. Above the door we have the main controls and the main power buttons. So to turn the power on to the vehicle, you would press that button just there. You then have several light options that you can either turn on or you can turn off by pressing the buttons. And then we have an information button just here. So this is telling us that our freshwater, which is the F at the bottom here, is empty, and it's alerting to tell us it's a low level. And then it's telling us that our wastewater is full. So use the up and down buttons to the right to navigate through the options. So you'll see battery level, vehicle battery level, solar panel, battery selection. So again, it's telling us that we're selecting the leisure battery. Tank heaters, so when it starts getting colder you can put your tank heater on. AC limit, so that's the limit for the actual plug sockets in the vehicle. Internal temperature, and your brightness of the actual control panel. Heater settings you can go into. They're not applicable on this particular model because you've got a separate unit for your heater here. You'll also see that you can set the time at the top, and we have an indicator to tell we're plugged into mains. That's really it. You can go into more detail in the handbook, but pretty simple to get your head around. The heating system, press the button on. So this is a touchscreen version. So literally just touch it to change the temperature that you want it to do. And then leave it to set what you want it to. Once you put water in your system, you can then press the buttons to get the water to heat up. Now it will take about 40 minutes to heat up, and about 50 minutes to get up to full temperature. Once you've selected that, and it'll go green to tell you that you have selected it, you want to select the source of fuel that you're trying to heat it with. So this one being electric, 1, 2 or 3 kilowatt. So you choose which one you want. And then gas, if you're not hooked up to mains, by pressing the button there, or a mixture of gas and electric. Again, make sure that your fuel source is either plugged into mains or your gas is turned on before you start operating this, and please make sure there's water in the boiler. To get water in the boiler, you've got to turn your pump on, and then literally come to your tap, turn it to the side, and make sure that you pull the tap, go through until you get a steady flow like that. Once you've got a steady flow of water, You can then turn the tap off. If you do that and there is air coming out of the system, you need to run the tap until you get a steady flow, and then you'll be able to go to your control panel to operate the hot water. To turn the unit off, press the button just like that. The catches throughout, literally just press to lock and press to open. Make sure that these are all in place before you're setting off on a journey. Your cooker lifts up, and we have got 3 gas and an electric burner. Pretty standard operating instructions. So again, following the relevant diagrams just here for ovens and grills and electric element. Again, following round tells you which area is locating grill and oven. Grill and oven. Again, leave your grill open when you're operating it, and then your oven there. Underneath we have got your plug sockets and a storage area there. In the cupboards we've got your utensil drawer, a larger storage area just there, and then plenty of storage, fridge vents and a chopping board we've just put in there for you. Make sure you let that cool down before you close the lid. And the vehicle is fitted with fly screens and blinds on all the windows. To operate the windows, you press the buttons in and go up gently, and then all the way up to come all the way back down. With your back window, please make sure that your backs are not obstructing the view. Side windows are exactly the same, and this is a large opening window. Use the handle to wind it up and just release the buttons either side there. It does have a fly screen and it does have a blind, and that applies to all the roof vents on the vehicle. Fly screen and blinds, and push the buttons down to allow the roof lights to open. Cupboards, again, push the buttons to gain access into them, just like that, and again on the opposite side. The microwave will only work when it's on mains, so please bear that in mind. And we've got varying plug sockets just in here, mains, 12 volt, USB and aerial sockets. You've got a storage area just located next to the fridge there. And then we have got the usual Dometic fridge. To put the fridge on, you press the power button on. You can either select it manually to gas, 12 volt battery when the engine is running only. Please bear that in mind when the engine's running. Or electric. Your third option is to select the automatic, and you've seen there it flicks automatically over to the electric because that's the strongest signal. You can change the temperature just by altering from the hottest to the coldest, and the last button here at the side, as it tells you on the sticker, is the gas fault reset button. To get into the fridge, push that down and that will give you access into your fridge and your freezer compartment at the top. To turn the unit off, press and hold and that unit will turn off. Making up the bed is pretty simple, and I'll take the cushions off and show you how to do that. So lift up the frame, pull the supports down, pull the section to the middle, straighten the leg, do the same on this side, pull it down, out to the middle, and that's your first stage. Lay the cushions down just like that and you will sleep across the vehicle in the transverse position. You can sleep singly if you want to do, by spinning the seats around and using the cab seats and the passenger seats to do that. The cab area has the Remy's cab blinds on both the side windows and the front windows. To move the seat forward, you pull the bar underneath the lever there and it will adjust in height on the two little levers at the side. The cab, you've got manual cruise control just here, and speed limiter, indicators and lights, and on this side you've got your windscreen wipers, a lock button over here, and your window controls as well as your mirror controls just here. We have got hazard lights and a lock button just here, manual air conditioning, and you've got a radio Bluetooth unit just there. The reverse camera is located up here, and it will work both in motion and as a reversing one because it's a twin camera. And we're on a normal 6-speed manual gearbox. Radio controls are just located there, and we've got drink holders just here. USB charging point and the normal jack point is located to the left hand side. We have got little reading lights just behind and a plug socket, and on this side we've just got a reading light just there. These light switches turn off underneath here once you've turned the power on to the lights. And that basically concludes our instructional sales video for the Swiss Bolero. We hope you enjoy it. We look forward to seeing your comments. And lastly, I'll go into the bathroom area. You've got your toilet. I mentioned earlier your blade valve is just located there, and you must turn that to open the valve just there, and then close it just like that. You have got your light switch just located there. Your flush button is just located just here, and an indicator to tell you when it's getting full. And again, you've got your mixer taps that are located just in there. Shower panel, make sure that you lock it in with the little tab just here before you go in, and you've got a ventilating opening roof light just in there. I think you'll agree it's a great little compact motorhome, and we hope you enjoy it very much. Thank you.